Journalism at the University of North Texas. This is NT Daily News.
Good afternoon, and welcome to NT Daily News. I'm Kenesha Hewitt. In January of last year, UNT student Darius Tavar was fatally shot and killed by Denton PD at his student apartment complex. More than a year after his death, the officer's body cam footage is presented to a grand jury, resulting in their decision not to press charges against the officer. Darius's death is controversial to the people that knew him, as many claim he started to act mentally ill following a car accident he was involved in days prior. During this time, Denton PD has not released the name of the officer as he remains on administrative duty. In early March, the CDC announced that it is safe for students to now be 3 feet apart in the classroom instead of the initial 6 feet. Here is more on how the University of North Texas is reacting to this change.
As more people get vaccinated, the CDC has announced it is safe for students to be 3 feet apart as opposed to 6. The CDC's update is talking about K through 12th grade students and does not say if this applies to college students. Julie Leventhal, a professor in the College of Education, explains what she thinks this means for UNT.
I think the university is even going to follow that in the fall. From what it sounds like, we've gotten very little information, but what we have gotten is basically that we're going back to normal in fall of 21. So I have my classroom assignments already, and I'm in big spaces, but I'm in one of the big rooms in Wooten, but I also have a class that's capped at 85. So I think normally that classroom holds 120 or something like that. So I'm not sure if they're going to maintain the 3 feet or if they're going to maintain anything, like they're going to cross off certain chairs. It doesn't seem like it. And I'm just kind of rolling with it.
The university's plan to have full in-person classes this fall can be nerve-wracking to some.
I do know that there's probably some faculty that are concerned about it. I'm also anticipating students still being concerned about it. I've kind of been warning my students, hey, if you're not comfortable with face-to-face interaction still without the social distancing, or maybe even without masks, because I don't know what's happening with that in the fall, to consider an online or remote type format.
The CDC's change to 3 feet can be safely adopted if masks are worn and precautions are taken. UNT kinesiology major Jada Vickery shares her experience with taking in-person classes this spring.
The CDC's changes to 3 foot, there has been a few situations that I've not personally experienced, but I was in the classroom when that happened. A student came in with no mask, and the professor respectfully asked him, can you please put on your mask? And the students were like, well, the signs are took down and we don't have to wear a mask anymore. We only have to stay 3 feet. The professor, continued to say, well, I would like for you to wear your mask in my classroom because, I have my own issues with personal health, and COVID is still going on. So the student did have to put their mask back on and follow the professor's rules.
The CDC is still recommending for adults to keep their 6 feet distance when they are in common areas, eating, and doing extracurricular activities. If possible, these activities should be moved outdoors to a large, well-ventilated space.
Although the state of Texas is changing up their rules a little bit, our school is still, very strict on us staying safe with what's going on. And I do appreciate that because, we're students, we're young, we all want to be, back to regular life, but we still need to all be safe and cautious of COVID with the changes from 6 feet to 3 feet.
Kenesha Hewitt, NT Daily News.
It is not clear if this is applied to university's faculty at this time. In mid-March, the university announced that it is now an approved administrator of the Pfizer vaccine. The vaccination clinics will be held at the Student Health and Wellness Center at Chestnut Hall. The State of Texas Department of Health and Human Services will deliver vaccines on a weekly basis. At this time, vaccine registration is open for any UNT Denton campus students, faculty and staff, and UNT system employees who are eligible under state requirements. All adults are now approved to get vaccinated with the Pfizer vaccine starting at age 16 and others at 18. As a vaccine administrator, UNT is following all state regulations outlined by the Texas Department of State Health Services. As hate crimes and bullying against the Asian American and Pacific Islander communities are on the rise, the University of North Texas is set on building a safe space for its students. In an email sent out by UNT's president, Neil Samastrich, he addressed the university's support for its Asian Americans, Black, Indigenous, and students of color. The university wants their students to know that they're standing with them in building a world where everyone is treated with dignity and respect. The nationwide rise of violence and discrimination has prompted the university to extend past their affirmations of diverse values and condemn discrimination, racism, and stereotyping.
UNT student Charlie Evangelista shares his experience.
I am American, but Asian American, and proud to be so. And that's also a thing. Like, in the face of hate like this, and I love UNT because this is the prime like environment where we can speak our mind and learn and grow.
If you are a student having experienced or witnessed harassing behavior, report to the Dean of Students or to the Equal Opportunity Office in the Union. As spring blooms and the days get longer, many are finding every reason to be outside. For many Denton residents, this means it is time to go visit Judy Smith and her neighbor, Ann Pearson, at the Cherry Orchard. The Cherry Orchard was started 30 years ago when the two neighbors decided to have a few chairs nailed into one of the large trees in their shared lot. They thought it would be fun to expand and liven it up and create the Cherry Orchard that was once a floodway. The chairs are all from garage sales, flea markets, dumpsters, or the curb. As the orchard grows, they plan to plant wildflowers, oats, and hopefully reach their goal of 100 chairs to complete the Cherry Orchard. With all that's going on in the world, don't forget to smile. For NT Daily News, I'm Kanisha Hewitt.